Yeah, come on here. Come on. Turn.
Stop right there, Lawbreaker. I will. Good. Carry on.
Okay.
Always good to... Always good to speak with another knowledge seeker. Guildmaster Vanus will be pleased. We're book hunters of a sort. We seek out new information, capture it in our libraries, and make copies for distribution across Tamriel. We provide training in unique spells and abilities only available to members. And from time to time, Project Vanus Galer, we are new. Excellent. You are now a student of the Mages Guild. Every book you find will now earn you reputation in the guild.
Come on, go. Oh man.
Mother always said I should visit the homeland someday.
I don't know why I not even shot away time. Huh. Okay.
I've never known such fear. You there! I have a... Damn it, why won't this work?
Did you see a golden knight?
I have no idea what that was, and I'm not sure I want to know.
Green Knight.
Sentry, Raz owes you for that game of cards.
I-
He's come to pay.
You're the one who stopped the Malmö offensive.
Yeah.
Say I want some gold? Don't you remember? Raz always pays his debt. And always buys.
Hmm. Okay. Mhm. Whoa.
No, not now, please. Your spiritual well-being can wait until after my nap.
I don't know, dude. Nah, really.
You'll have to ask one of the monks that the new Aldork brought with him. They deal with all the newcomer testing and evaluations. I'm just a simple monk trying to catch up on my sleep. That was a hint, by the way.
Okay.
Aldork Tilkala arrived right after the Queen issued her decree.
Can you,
Became highly recommended by King Lady Avanis, or so I heard. It's not unusual for monks to form attachments and move together.
telling me?
But there's something strange about that bunch. The Aldork and his monks keep to themselves. They've taken the Undercroft for their own purposes and ordered the rest of us to avoid the ancient vaults beneath the monastery. Now, please, let me get back to my nap.
Please, let me back go to my nap.
Again with the questions about the newcomers. Why, the monastery should be a place of peace and meditation. The Aldork has closed us down until further notice. That means if any of the monks spot you, they'll raise the alarm. Me?
Although
Why are you here? Don't trifle with me. You've got to the count of 3 to leave. 1. I should be seeing your back walking out of here by now.
Unusual knick-knack for an Aldorch's office, wouldn't you agree? I noticed you skulking around while I was engaged in some skulking of my own. I suppose we both came to the monastery with a similar purpose in mind. The sequestered newcomers. I came to find out what happened to a friend. I assume that's what brought you here as well. A house of worship shouldn't be used as an internment camp, and it shouldn't be locked to the public either. Interesting. I've never seen anything quite like it. I find it intriguing and a bit disturbing. But we aren't here to discuss curios, strange creatures notwithstanding. We need to find out what's happening with the missing newcomers. The sentry doesn't appear to have stopped you, so I could ask you the same question. Let's just agree that we both have our methods. Curious, but I feel that there's more going on in Shimmerine than the usual politics and community relations. That's the question, my cautious friend. We have a newly appointed Aldorch and a disgruntled kin lady, both opposed to the Queen's decree. What's their connection to the missing newcomers? I was about to explore the Undercroft. Care to join me? A curious pearl. I wonder where the Aldorch acquired it. Probably not important. I'll meet you in the Undercroft, and we can see what's going on with the newcomers.
This isn't the town square. Move along.
Something's wrong down here. I sense magic.
Magic.
Magic. Cages? These people did nothing to deserve such treatment.
Thank the divines. You aren't one of the monks. Please, let me out of here. It's a nightmare. We came to Somerset to seek new opportunities. We barely stepped off the ship when they marched us to the monastery. Instead of questioning us or the usual high elf bureaucracy, they locked us in these cages. The monks gathered them a few moments ago and took them through the door on the far side of the chamber. Please, let me out of here before they take me away like the others.
Is that
Oh, thank you for setting me free.
Daedric recitations correctly. Very curious. An excellent question, and one I hope to find the answer to. From the evidence before us, it appears this Nord killed the Scoffin before he succumbed to his own wounds. Good for him. I found this, then I suggest we pick up the pace. We need to determine what's actually happening down here, and who's behind all this. Without answers to those questions, we won't be able to decide on our best course of action. I'll explain everything later. For now, we need to hurry.
More newcomers? Unfortunately, the magic only affects those who have been prepared. But never fear. Your turn will come.
I'll deal with the Pearl. You hold off these creatures. Magic attracts these creatures. Hold them off while I complete my spell. Let's talk outside. Those poor people. This wasn't just about newcomers and opposing the Queen's decree. That was Daedric magic back there. I just wish we had arrived a few moments earlier. I promised to explain what I know. I suppose that now's as good a time as any. I'm a member of the Psijic Order. Our Right Master sent me to investigate a warning we received about a plot involving Somerset. My inquiries led me here. The Psijic Order is an ancient magical monastic society. We served as advisors to the rulers of Tamriel, but that was before we removed our island home from the world. Now this threat has drawn us back. But why are you involved in all this? An Eye of the Queen? Interesting. I diffused the Daedric magic and transported the pearl to Artaeum, the Psijic island, for safekeeping and study, so we can learn more about it. But we can discuss this further once we get out of here.
Let me see. It's nowhere. Oh.
Living on Artaeum for a few centuries doesn't prepare you for physical activity. Let the Eye of the Queen know what we discovered, and I'll catch up with you later.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, some of my best...
This one's new partner returns. What interesting scandal did you uncover in the monastery? Tell Raz every juicy detail. That isn't the kind of scandal Raz was hoping for. Murder, Daedric rituals, and traitorous behavior have a way of ruining an otherwise perfect day. We need to learn the extent of the Kin Lady's involvement. And by we, Raz means you. Accuse? Not exactly. Raz wants you to talk to her. See what she knows about the Oldar. The Kin Lady is meeting with local leaders. Attend that meeting and learn the truth. This invitation and set of elegant clothes will get you through the door. A Psijic? Raz has heard rumors, but there are always rumors about the Psijics. For an island of sages who disappeared more than 300 years ago, they certainly seem to get around.
Yeah,
Did
around.
the Psijic mage say what the Order was investigating? There was a life-sucking pearl. You should probably have led with that bit of information. Well, we can worry about the Psijic mage and figure out where these pearls came from later. For now, go see what the Kin Lady has to say. Kin Lady Avenice and Raz do not get along. You see, there was a horse, a platter of pudding
horse?
tarts, and the... No. This one won't bore you with the sordid details. Besides, everyone behaves well when they see Raz. You will learn more than I do.
Son.
Yes? And who might you be? The Kin Lady is currently engaged. She's holding a conference with Shimmerine's elites to discuss certain political matters. Yes, so I see. However, I can't allow clothing of that vintage anywhere near the Kin Lady. Please return after you've acquired something more suitable for an affair of this magnitude.
Okay.
Yes? The Kin Lady is Yes, so I see. However,
Let's see. Let's see if it's something.
Yes?
Let's see what that could show. Okay. But okay.
Yes? And who might you be? The Kin Lady is currently engaged. She's holding a conference with Shimmerine's elite to discuss certain political matters.
Engaged?
Yes, so you do. And may I say that your outfit is suitably elegant. Please, head into the garden.
Good. Do.
We all have concerns regarding the Queen's decree. I assure you that I am working with all Dark Tikala to save...
A newcomer, here in the Kin Lady's garden, and during her latest rant on the dangers of the Queen's decree? Oh, that's just grand. Am I? I'm a canon. I'm a canon, Reeve, my dear. I thought we...
A canon, agree. Whoosh. Oh. Show me that.
How bold of you. The Nebarah dares to stand in my holy presence. Very well, bold Nebarah. What can the new Alldark of Shimmerine do for you? And please, you heard that.
Wait, I'm right here again.
How bold of you. The Nebarah dares to stand in my holy presence. Very well, bold Nebarah. What can the new Alldark of Shimmerine do for you? And please, try not to bore me or spray any spittle on my spotless vestments. You heard that somewhere, did you? I'll have to have a discussion with the Divine Prosecution about how lax our security has become. No, I jest. The Kin Lady and I have nothing but the best interests of Somerset and the newcomers in mind. You really are well informed about things here in Shimmerine, aren't you? For a Nebarah. You're right, where are my manners? Using a word you couldn't possibly be expected to understand. It means unwelcome. As in, you are not welcome here.
What the... I do...
That's a serious accusation to toss around so casually. What did you say your name was again? I want to make sure to add it to the Divine Prosecution's observation log. For your own protection, you understand. I suddenly remembered some business I need to deal with as well. Feel free to pester the other guests in my absence.
First, the Kin Lady invites us to discuss the situation in Shimmerine. Then she tells us to sit here and wait. And now a damn Nebarah is standing close enough for me to smell it. Well, Nebarah? That's a loaded question, Nebarah.
Another newcomer.
ink has barely dried on the Queen's decree, and there are already more of you than I can count. I look forward to hearing how the Kinlady and New Aldark plan to protect Somerset's interests. Does it? Perhaps. Well, don't really know the New Aldark all that. Wait a moment. I don't know who you are, and I'm not sure I like the tenor of your questions. Perhaps you should move along before I forget this. The Divine Prosecution serves as Somerset's premier law. Well, the Divine... Another new...
How dare you barge into my home without so much as a bio leave? No, I refuse to deal with one of the Queen's guests, especially not in my own home. How did you get in here, by the way? No, never mind that. Since you found your way in, I assume you can find your way back out, before I call the guards. Such innocence. You really want to know why I oppose the Queen's order to allow newcomers to enter Somerset? Because I'm trying to protect both the island and the newcomers. It's in everyone's best interest that we maintain a separation. Aldark Tilkala came highly recommended. He has grand plans for protecting Shimmerine. Grand plans. Unfortunately, in my haste to deal with the Queen's decree, I may have made an error in judgment. Not that it's any concern of yours, but my Chancellor has been unable to verify the Aldark's existence prior to when we met, and I recommended him for the position at the monastery. I assure you, King Lord Millenfell praised Tilkala to no end. That's preposterous. Aldark Tilkala sequesters the newcomers to ascertain their suitability for life in Somerset. Those who pass will find a place here. As for the rest, will be returned to wherever they came from. That's what we agreed to.
My lady, one of the monks said to deliver this message. It's from the Aldark himself.
The Coral Forest. An odd location for a meeting, but I need to hear the Aldark's explanation.
Mara, help me. Mara, help me find my son.
Pretend you are adjusting your boot or admiring the architecture. As hard as it may be, look anywhere but directly at Raz. Good, good. Now, tell Raz what you learned at the Kinlady's manor. Raz thinks Avanis is as naive as she is complicit, but she's... So much blood on his hands, it looks like he's wearing red gloves. From what I could discover, he didn't exist before he came to Shimmerine. The Coral Forest? strange meeting place. Raz thinks we should go and see what the old Ark is up to. After I take back that outfit, I might need it again later. Ah, you have a pretty admirer, my friend. The Psijic Sage, yes? Here she comes now.
I'm glad I found you. While watching the King Lady's mansion, I saw her ladyship sneak out the back and leave the city.
The King Lady is meeting the Old Ark in the Coral Forest. Raz smells something, and it isn't moon sugar biscuits.
Your reputation precedes you, Eye of the Queen. I am Valcyrin of the Psijic Order, and I agree that the Aldork is more than a simple monk.
We should work together, yes? But let's travel separately to avoid attracting unwanted attention. Raz will find you both at the Coral Forest.
One of Somerset's more unique environments, the Coral Forest. I used to love coming here when I was growing up. We need to find, based on what we saw in the monastery. the Aldork. We'd better hurry.
Come, Nevarra. Let me show you. Yagra, destroy these.
Razumdar apprehended the Kin Lady. They're at the west edge of the Coral Forest. I think we can conclude that Tilkala wasn't actually an Aldork. At least, not. You'd be one more adjustment, and there. You are now attuned. Find me on Artaeum after you finish with the Eye of the Queen.
Ah, Five Claw. Queen Irene will be disappointed that the Kin Lady of Shimmerine allowed a false Aldork to murder so many newcomers. The Prince of Bargains. That could only be Clavicus Vile. What a... This siege... Then you must go...
Have you come to gloat? To kick me while I wallow in my own misery? Well, go ahead. I deserve it. I met him at Kinlord Millenthal's party in Eleanor. We had similar ideas about the Queen's decree, and I certainly